these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they pay, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard. Line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On first down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First down, Seattle.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, baby. They turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball. I'll go special. I'll go special. No. Watch the air.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Throwing again here, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On first down, Carson tried to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
The game on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Clear.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here we go. 180. Let's go. Double time. Hey. You got three down.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check four.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here we go. 180. White. Double time. 4 down. Check.
On first down, here's Breida. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 180. 13.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw once more on second and 10. Garoppolo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll make it third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's a gain of 13, but it's third down.
380.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Ready.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A gain of 14. First down, Seattle.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 41. To throw again is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
12, fellas, here we go. Mike's 50. Smooth. Tighten down.
Garoppolo to throw on third and long. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Watch the twins.
On second down, it's Coleman. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in third and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down. Garoppolo and the offense with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Squeeze, double. Check 99. Check 99. 11.
Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Here we go.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
White.
Check.
Hey, Haywood.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Check.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
And the Seahawks, first down.
Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. The 30, 20, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here comes Pettis on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis. As the first half is winding down, and the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Wilson now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
57's Mike. Game situation. Let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
To throw is Wilson. A final shot before break. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Here we go. 180!
Watch the run. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Here we go.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
54. Check, 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 check.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. He's going to launch this thing. Wait, this is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Here we go. 80.
Mike, 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that.
They run again with Breida. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On play action, now Garoppolo. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd-rounder out of Utah State with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Check. Watch 54. Curry. Shift. Kill.
And that'll set him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return is Pettis. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
54! Come off the ball,
Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Blair, second-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
You ready? You ready? You ready?
At their own 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 49ers, 39-yard line.
Mike's 56. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ziggy Ansah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off right around the 43. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Here we go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Seahawks.
What? Between 80. 56. Check 56. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but it'll be second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Good work. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we
San
go.
Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running out of the gun here, Breida. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go,
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I got you. I got you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down.
They run with Breida. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
That's it, baby.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Watch twist. Watch
21. Here we go.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
Here we go. 180.
Hey.
Here's Breida. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slack.
Hey, alert.
Check 15.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go. Like 80.
54. Bring it.
They'll try to run with Breida. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They come out here in the eye. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They go counter with Breida. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's 3rd down and 15.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Niners, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconception.